And we're talking infographics today. Hi, everyone. Laura Rubenstein here with Tess Ashford. Hi, Tess.
Hi.
And not only are we talking infographics, we're talking about leveraging them in your marketing to captivate and capture clients. So, have you seen infographics out there?
I have. I love infographics. I like fast ways to get information myself. So
I
I
do
love.
too. And I think more people have seen infographics than they think they have. So, what is an infographic? How would you define it?
I would say it's a graphic representation of information to make it simple and put concepts into a visual form.
Yes. So anytime you even see a poster on a wall with 6 steps to or safety procedures, those are kind of the real IRL infographics. But when we see them online, we don't even we think about them and we get useful information. In fact, I've gotten so many great tips from infographics. You can find them all on Pinterest. You can find them on any social network pretty much. Mostly, I think Pinterest, Facebook, Twitter, where else? LinkedIn, for sure.
Yes. And on websites, you don't realize how many are actually on websites as well to explain a process that you're doing.
In fact, what if we combined those two strategies? You link to the infographic from a blog post.
Exactly.
And I really like that. So you could post on like a Pinterest, I would post a whole infographic, right? But on LinkedIn, I might link to it, or I might put it in a full article because you can put graphics in articles on LinkedIn.
Absolutely. Well, we talked about content, ways to use your content and redistribute or repurpose your content. So infographics are naturally one of the ways that you can capture information from, say, your video blog or whatnot, put it into a graphic form and share it over on social media, like you said.
Yeah. Well, before we get into some examples, let's talk about how do you even create one? And first comes with the content, not the design, the content, right?
And the purpose, like, why are you even creating this, right?
Yeah. Well, ideally it's for a value to offer value. And then, but what's the secondary purpose is to position yourself in a way that they want to hire you. And without selling, because the minute you start selling on social media, people are like, I didn't come to social media to sell. I came either to learn, to connect with people, to get entertained, to socialize. It's a networking venue. So, and different people like to network in different ways, especially like on LinkedIn, we're all about business, but on a Facebook, we're more social, connected. We want fun things. So think about also the infographic for the right market and the right network.
Yeah, absolutely.
I love that. So there are things you could think about, like what are the steps or stages that you take people through or that people should go through to write a book if you're a copywriter. You want to actually give them your process because the do-it-yourselfers are not your clients. And the ones who are your clients realize, oh my gosh, this person knows what they're talking about. And that is the power of an infographic that actually gives them a process. So that's one. What else can we do? What kind of infographics can we do?
I love the infographics that are to stats related. I'm a nerd though. I love to, I think you've even shown us a couple of infographics about what time to be on social media or, things that are fast resource guides. Those are nice to keep just so that you can always come back to them.
Yeah, because you could always repurpose them into a presentation. If you're doing a presentation on something, you can give somebody else's infographic visibility. It doesn't have to be your infographic, though, the more you put of your own content out there, it positions you of value that other people might use. In fact, in the bottom of a lot of infographics, you'll see, feel free to use this with attribution, right? As long as you give attribution, they tell you how to do that. So yeah, go ahead.
It's actually, I was just going to say that that's one of the reasons why we create infographics is to get backlinks. So if you do create a resource that other people want to share and use, you're going to get that SEO love back to your post, to your website, to your blog, because you're actually creating something that they do need. We did one for 100 US made companies. So we put them all into a resource and we got tons of backlinks, and it was in a nice little infographic format. It was a long time ago, but it got great SEO.
It's great. There's a whole strategy that I've heard of. There are companies who actually do this. I aligned with one that we did this with a client where they'll go out to bloggers and say, hey, I have this infographic on this topic that's related to your audience. Would you like to put it on a blog post and write an article about it? And then they're actively seeking quality backlinks, not that. So thanks for the love. We have Michael who says he's done his own. Last week he put it on Facebook, so you might want to check that out, everyone.
Very nice. Recite's a great app.
Thank you, Mr. Michael. That's great. And so, you can put it on your blog. Here's an example of one on my blog, six business growth tactics for entrepreneurs, or I can't talk today. 6 business growth hacks for entrepreneurs. There you go. And that's
but it's breaking the info down exactly in a really visual, very easy to consume way.
Yeah, exactly. And I gave a shout out to Visme, which is an easy infographic creation tool. And so that's another way to use it, is put it on your blog and then share it out to Facebook, LinkedIn, Twitter. You could even, snap a picture of what?
And Pinterest. You definitely
Pinterest,
want to do
yes.
this.
Pinterest for sure. Have a whole board of infographics. Have another board of, growth tips, whatever your category might be. I love this Visme. We've talked about them before. They are an incredible tool for being able to do infographics and presentations and workshops and animated. They have so much in there that you might want to check it out, Visme. I put a link in the chat here. So that is how I made that. Actually, we have a couple more that I've made through Visme for clients in the past. So here's another one. And you know what I like, Tess? If you design the top portion that it's its own image, you could actually take an image of this and put it on the top of a blog, or put it on the cover of a video, and make a video out of it, make it a blog, make it a meme or an not an infographic, but a smaller graphic that links over. So especially if you use that as the featured image in your blog.
Yes.
Yeah. You want to say something?
But you do. No, I would say that that's important, though, to design the top in a way that's going to make it easy for it to be shared on social media, because it won't share the whole infographic when you're looking at it. So do exactly what Laura's saying, like cut it off and plan your top with your call to action. Why do they even care? Right. So this one, like 5 mistakes businesses can't afford. It's very captivating. Like it's going to get attention. No one will scroll down unless it's interesting.
Exactly. And this way you don't have to put the whole infographic on. You can just link to it from a blog post. I think I did that on here. And actually this is the cover image of a video. I also used it as the cover image. So this is my 12 ways to make your LinkedIn profile irresistible, which is in my LinkedIn. This is actually not a blog post. This is a hidden page on my website that you get if you opt into the LinkedIn lead generation kit here. And you get the video that walks you through the whole infographic with the 12 steps. And again, I made that on Visme. And it was very easy, but it's really great. And if I did want to share it out, I can make this the featured image. And if you notice this top portion, what we want to do, and it's probably more relevant here or in this 5 mistakes, this top portion is probably featured image size. The proportions are 1200 by 630.
Yes.
Or some portion of that, size the same way, then it's really easy to create that image and put it in your blog post as the featured image. And then when you go to share it, Facebook or Twitter picks that image up and puts that as so people can see it.
As the thumbnail for it
As
when
that
you share it.
yes, the large thumbnail, that you see in the feeds. Here's another example of one, 7 steps. So if you have steps to doing something, you have checklists, you have what else? You
I
said
think
statistics.
definitions, stats.
What was that one?
Definitions. So sometimes it's about terms or something, so that people can reference back to terms that are confusing. We've seen that done a lot.
Right, terms. And then you have an example, we don't have to share it, but about one where you did research.
Right. We did.
Talk about that one. I'm going to take this off the screen.
So with an intent to reach CEOs of companies. So one of my clients is an amazing, high-end leadership coach, and she wanted to reach the CEOs. And so we said, well, who has an impact on those CEOs? And she actually has an background of HR work. And so she decided to target HR people and ask them questions about how they can get better involved in companies and provide better resources to the CEOs to increase, get better talent, be able to improve profit margins and everything. So we went directly to the HR people and asked them their opinion on three basic questions. And they actually gave us back their feedback, and we turned that into an HR infographic. If you have it, you can definitely put it up, Laura. But then we went back to all the people that we interviewed and said, hey, we've compiled all of the information from you as HR people, and here's the infographic you can share with your CEO. So, it's important things like get involved in the conversations and be responsible for more than just hiring. So important things. And those HR people were sharing with the CEOs, which in turn means more coaching business for my client. So she was very happy with, the engagement and the whole process. She also had a chance to talk with people who are, the early stages of what she comes into as far as coaching. So she got, our advanced information. If people are hiring, they would say, oh, we're, expanding. We need to get these guys leadership trained. So it was just a big strategy that really all came down to delivering an infographic, but it had a lot more oomph behind it when you actually put that planning and forethought into what you're creating.
Yeah, that is a robust strategy on so many levels. First of all, it gets your foot in the door without selling anything. Exactly. You're doing research, you're promising to share that research back, so it's something of value. They're going to get insider information from their competitors and other businesses that are succeeding in the world of HR. And then you follow up and you have an extra conversation, so you're deepening that relationship. You also have it to do you can put it all on your blogs. And then you can use it to reach out to new people, that says, okay, great. I did all this research. I thought you might like to have my infographic about this benefit for you.
And that was all about LinkedIn. So we were connecting on LinkedIn with these people, asking the questions and keeping that dialogue open. So we were able to keep following up with them and expanding like who they knew. So we continue to do that in the conversations, in the messages over on LinkedIn.
That is so cool. Now, Visme is not the only tool to use. You can use a graphic designer. You can do it manually on Photoshop, but that seems like a lot of work. But, also Canva has its own templates too. And yes. I have a link to that for people to go to transformtoday.com/info Canva. That takes you right to the templates page for infographics. So if you want that infographics template, let me put that in a banner too, because it's
so helpful to start with the base. A lot of people feel like they can't put this information into a consumable format because they don't have graphic design experience, but Canva, Visme, they're all easy to just pop your data into.
Right. So you could change colors, you can change the whole thing. But if you like the look of one of these, not colors, ignore the colors, but if you like the zigzag, and you want to make it a blue background, that's fine. You can change the fonts, you can change whatever you want on here. And they have 169 templates that I just saw at the top there that you can start with. And they're nicely sized. Not sure it's taking a while to populate those. But you can also start with a blank and they'll help you guide through. I love this. And this also gives you ideas of what to put. And you've got 8 steps here. You've got, and notice they're both visual and text, but the text is not like paragraphs. I mean, if it is,
Yes.
it's a short
Easy
sentence.
to consume. Easy to consume.
Please don't write paragraphs on here. You know, one sentence blurbs is what you want at the most. Statistics, but you do want to take people through a process. The other thing you can do, and I haven't gone there yet, but if you go to Pinterest and you search on infographic, right?
Exactly. Yeah, I was going to say Pinterest and Creative Market is another one where I sometimes find the infographics that I want to use. So
cool. Yeah, Creative Market is that's more for a designer, right?
They have Canva templates now, so you can actually search specifically by Canva template and infographics specifically.
Nice.
Yes.
So
I'm sorry, Laura, I have to run. I know.
Okay. This has been awesome. Thank you, Tess. And for those of you still watching, and we'll say goodbye to Tess. And be sure to think about your infographics in a new way, in a way that is about helping people solve problems. So you're giving checklists, you're giving to-do list. You could even be a to-do list. You can do comparisons. One of the things we didn't talk about is befores and after, or this product versus that product. Those are great infographics, and those are great for your sales pages too. So enjoy the tips on making your infographics. Please feel free at Transform Today on Facebook to let us know how you're doing and creating them. And thanks, Michael, for sharing yours. We love that you're on it and keep creating, good, useful information that will position you as an authority, as the person to buy from. And then guess what? When you can go back to your client or your prospect with this infographic, you're just giving more. And ultimately, they're going to ask for your business. And that's what we want. We want people to ask you for business, to hire you. Not the push marketing. We want the pull marketing. So we'll be back with another Tips Tuesday. Thanks for watching.